Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So you can go to the share my screen. Give me 1 second. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. I'm just trying to make it happen. Yeah. All right.
Now this educational system to be changed.
Yes, that's actually, I was writing an article on the educational system and how it should be changed. Maybe even just for printing a few copies, just for teachers or something.
Then write article, but that will not be effective unless there is practical.
Yes, so that's what I'm not done. I'm not sure whether or not, in other words, whether or not the process is one of trying to put the Bhagavad Gita into this present school system, or to simply have your own school system apart from it.
They will not say. The teachers are also original. There must be an ideal institution, and they are trying to do it. If the teachers and the authority were actually sane men, now things are happening like this. They do not have to do. They are also responsible. Practically they are saying that this is Vaishnava style. And they do not know how to rectify it. They do not. And if we suggest, they may not accept us because they have no brain. Better to establish separate ideology. Example is better than preaching. If you have an ideal example, that is better.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, everyone. Thanks for joining our Viplavah 2025. So I'm very delighted to welcome you all for this virtual session for 2 hours today. We did last year in June 2024. And earlier, before COVID, we used to do in Alachua, Texas, Seattle, and various places in person. But after this COVID, somehow the trend became virtual. So we are continuing. But nevertheless, we are still continuing the journey of having association to at least remind people what Prabhupada wanted us to do in the Ministry of Education, to educate the people in general. And today we are very fortunate and very delighted to inform that there's a very jam-packed agenda, and we have His Holiness Sanmat Prashak Maharaj will be presenting next on the education Pan America, ISKCON and Modern Times, following by His Grace Radhakant Prabhu, who is the Dean of Bhaktivedanta University, the first one created in India, Vrindavan. So he's going to share some of his experiences, what it means the university is going to give the massive number of people, whether to India and to broaden the similar situation for America. And then also we have from Parampadam Prabhu, he's going to share the Bhakti Shastri, the new teachings through artificial intelligence, the AI methods. It's very nice to see how he's doing it. And also we'll have our 335 growth accelerator. As you know, North America is getting towards by 2035, 3% of the populations of America to be Krishna consciousness by some successive measures. So, which is some presentation by Chandrasekhar Swami and Ramacharya Prabhu. I think he has to go for some program, but Chandrasekhar Maharaj will be presenting. Then I'll go through some of the ministry education updates and a survey poll and all. So with this theme is always together towards tomorrow, and we are inching forward by our divine association with all of you. And thanks for all the participants who have joined this session today. I am very honored to have you all in the Zoom, as well as the link of the YouTube and all. I'll post it here, but it has gone. We have more than 700, 800 subscribers. They'll follow it. Plus Facebook and the YouTube. Three of the links I'll post it whichever platform your confidential associates in your area, Jatra, who wants to hear or learn, most likely they can get it because Zoom is just 2 hours active. After that, it will be still recorded and published in the channel. So having said with this, I would again like to welcome all of you, and Horinesh Sanat Preshuk Maharaj is also in our call. So I'd like to Maharaj to, if you'd like to share your presentation or anything. Maharaj doesn't need any introduction. He has been so championing for education. When I say Maharaj, eyes brighten whenever we talk about education. So he has been really a dedicated soldier or general for the education system and giving guidance, a torchlight guidance from the behind, from forward, from all the sides. So thank you, Maharaj, for giving your blessings and your association. That's much important. Hare Krishna.
Hello, Bali Mardan Das. Can you hear me?
Yes, Maharaj, I can hear you, and all of us, I hope. Okay, now you'll be able to.
Can I share my screen?
Yes, Maharaj, I allowed it.
Okay, let's try that. I guess this will work. Okay. So can you see Krishna and the cowherd boys?
Yes, Maharaj.
Okay. Now we'll try for the PowerPoint show. Okay. And can you see our PowerPoint show?
Yes.
Okay, so somehow or other, by the mercy of all of the participants and the Ministry of Education, and of course, especially our guru, Srila Prabhupada, the ISKCON Samstapakacharya, the A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami. We're trying to participate in this virtual ISKCON Ministry of Education seminar, Together Toward Tomorrow. And we put our name there, Hanumat Presak Swami. And by Sheshika said we should put our titles after our name. So I have Hanumat Presak Swami, Bhakti Vedanta. If I can do it, anybody can do it. And we have our own educational institution for, 40 years, 50 years, Anjana Sudha Academy, www.jayarama.us. And here, of course, is the Pan American view. And hopefully this will be available in Spanish and Portuguese afterwards. Okay. So our first question is, what is an educated man? These are the two topics we finally decided we should talk about. What is an educated man, and how do we work together? How do we work together? So we found a very, very nice citation from Anjalila, and it has it here. Let me see if I can get this bar out of the way so I can read it. Yeah. Anjalila 11, 705. Yeah. Anjalila 11, 105. Mahabhagavata Haridasa Parama Vidvan E Sobhagya Lagi Agikarila Prayan. Haridas Thakur was not only the topmost devotee of the Lord, but also a great and learned scholar. It was his great fortune that he passed away before Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Haridas Thakur is mentioned here, Prabhupada says, as the most learned scholar, Parama Vidvan. Actually, the most important science to know is the science of getting out of the clutches of material existence. Anyone who knows this science must be considered the greatest learned person. Anyone who knows the temporary situation of the material world, okay, and is expert in achieving a permanent situation in the material world, who knows that the Supreme Personality of Godhead is beyond the jurisdiction of experimental knowledge, is understood to be the most learned scholar. So we can get a permanent situation in the spiritual world, understanding matter. Haridas Thakur knew this science perfectly. Therefore, he is described in this connection as Parama Vidvan. He personally preached the importance of chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, which is approved by the revealed scriptures. So that was one point this has been bottling up in our mind again and again, and probably many people here also realize that we've heard that from many very, very senior academic scholars and Bhakti Shastri, Bhakti Vedanta, everything teachers, that unless we're chanting Hare Krishna, we're not educated. Everything else, all the other scriptural resources are bound to be shallow, if not even poisonous. And so what we're trying to learn and teach is to chant 16 enthusiastic rounds a day, follow the 4 regulative principles strictly. And as much as possible, always remember that there are mantras from so many resources, but the Maha Mantra is the Maha Mantra. And so we see so many pictures of the acharyas with their left hand on the books and their right hand in their bead bag. They took this as a standard picture. Okay. He personally preached the importance of chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, which is approved by the revealed scriptures. As stated in Srimad Bhagavatam 7:524, Iti pumsar pito vishnau bhakti chena navalakshano kriyeta bhagavati adha tanmanye diditam uttamam. Okay, let's go to the next slide. And then we have here, my God, okay. There's a control panel in my face. There are 9 processes of devotional service to Krishna. The most important being Shravanam Kirtanam, hearing and chanting. Haridas Thakur knew this science very well, and he can therefore be called technically Sarva Shastraditi. Sarva. I think somebody's microphone's open. Open. We hear some tickety talk in the background. Technically Sarva Shastraditi. Anyone who has learned the essence of all the Vedic scriptures is to be known as a first-class educated person with full knowledge of all Shastra. Okay. And this is continued in Srimad Bhagavatam 2:16. Also, what is an educated person? Etavan Samkhya Yoga Vyam Swadharma Parinishdaya Janma Labhaya. Let me close my. There we go. Janma Labha Parapumsam Ante Narayana Smriti. The highest perfection of human life, achieved either by complete knowledge of matter and spirit, by practice of mystic powers. And of course, we acquire this in our Sankirtan and our japa. We acquire all these things so expertly. Or by perfect discharge of occupational duty, as a grihasta sannyasi, is to remember the personality of Godhead at the end of life. So I've been working with Atul and the Board of Examinations. And of course, we all know that we always have to keep reminding ourselves that there is an examination coming. The time of death is our Shmarnam, our Bhava absorbed in Krishna, or is our Bhava for something else? In Prabhupada, the purport says the existence of Narayana, or the personality of Godhead, is not within the jurisdiction of this Mahatattva. And as such, the name, form, attributes, etc. of Narayan are beyond the jurisdiction of the material world. By the speculation of empiric philosophy, by discerning which discerns matter from spirit, or by cultivation of mystic powers, which ultimately helps the performer to reach any planet of the universe or beyond the universe, or by discharge of religious duties, one can achieve the highest perfection provided one is able to reach the stage of Narayana Smriti, or constant remembrance of the personality of Godhead. This is possible only by the association of a pure devotee who can give the finishing touch to the transcendental activities of all jnanis, yogis, and karmis who are here today in various forms, in terms of prescribed duties defined in the scriptures. So that was the point that was striking us. We're trying to say we want to bring out here. It's only possible, um, where is it here? Only possible by the association of the pure devotee. So when we're teaching Bhakti Shastri, Bhakti Vaibhava, Bhakti Vedanta, having seminars, symposia, then, for example, when I was working with Bhakti Swarup Damodar Maharaj and the Bhakti Vedanta Institute, I've got a lot of association to that format with Prabhupada's educational perspective. And he said that Prabhupada was, of course, very, very weak and near the end of his time in his body in Vrindavan. And he told Swarup Damodar Maharaj, he said, Damodar, do something before I go. Let me see something. He said the Bhakti Swarup Damodar Maharaj organized the first Life Comes from Life seminar. And he got very qualified professors and academics from Mathura and other places like that, along with the devotees. It was quite, was good, substantial quality in terms of academic representation. And then Prabhupada said all of them should wear ties and suits. They should grow their hair. They should sit in chairs, but they should have tilak. And also he said, I will be too weak to come. But if you have my bust there and you put a garland on it, I will be personally present. So that's another point, is that being able to pass the examination at the time of death, remembering that of all of our education is how to become stronger, clearer, better, more mystic attachment, more analytical understanding of the Maha Mantra. Never forget that. And then also this point that in all this education, we should be taking people beyond the institution, beyond a society of friends, and so they're directly experiencing Prabhupada as they're being disciples of Prabhupada and ISKCON. Okay, I think we have another slide here. Okay, so we remember, it's one of our real jewels in life, that Srila Prabhupada came to the Berkeley Temple, which is San Francisco, and there was a press conference on July 16th, 1975, and we were personally present. So at that time we personally heard from the lips of our spiritual master, which of course is always a big problem with people who are trying to teach what is so-called Ritvik perspective. The Prabhupada says again and again, one should act as he hears from the lips of his spiritual master. So people listening now, you can hear it from my lips, but then of course you have to know who I am. But this is exactly what I heard from Prabhupada's lips, and here's the transcript. The second reporter asked Prabhupada, what will happen to the movement in the United States when you die? And I remember Prabhupada saying forcefully, I will never die. I shall live forever in my books. And of course, there's so many stories about that. Within recent years, the Prabhupada established devotees, people establishing a completely personal feeling with Prabhupada, some of them quite touching. And when they discovered that actually he left his body in 1977, it was as devastating as hearing their own father had died like that. So this is the point that we're making, that how do we get Prabhupada's association? Well, through his disciples, through following his process, through his deity, his Murti, But especially in this format, it's very, very important that, yeah, and again, we're trying to maybe reemphasize what uh, people already know to a large degree within here. But this is our personal experience. We were there. Actually, we helped bring this Vyasa-san from Tijuana, Mexico. Very, very beautiful. And then you see Tamal Krishnamars and so many people here. So many nice remembrances of being in Krishna consciousness from Prabhupada's books. Okay, and then going ahead here. Yeah. Okay. And then we remember, what is Prabhupada was saying. We couldn't find the exact citation if somebody knows where it is, but remember, it just struck us so strongly. The Prabhupada's talking about being an educator, about being a Brahmin. Somebody may be a cook, somebody may be a Brahminical cook, somebody may be a carpenter, somebody may be an administrator, somebody may be a Shudra administrator. Right? We get different combinations of guna karma. Arjuna was a Kshatriya, so he was engaged that way. Krishna did not try and make him act like Vyasadeva, go to the forest, write books. No. So Prabhupada says a real teacher will not depend upon facilities being supplied by the government authorities. Hmm. He will sit down under a tree by the side of the road, yeah, and open a school for teaching Vedic knowledge. That was one impetus we wanted to make, that we have the parallel lines in ISKCON, the GBC letter. Prabhupada established the GBC, and right in there he said, and we have also given some of our disciples and established this sannyas order, which is high class Brahmin, and they also have their duties. So when we take this to a practical level, then we see that we can apply Varnashram. Some people are Shudras, are excellent artists, and this given perspective and organization, and Prabhupada would describe, paint like this, do that. And of course, they can do magnificent things. I pretty much identify myself as Brahmana, Shudra. So I love making PowerPoint shows, and I'm terrible at administration. I've been put into administrative positions, and I do it, and Krishna gives me mercy. But everybody realizes, get this guy out of there as soon as we got somebody to take charge. For example, my Brahminical nature, I just very hard to flatter people or that kind of stuff. I'm just too straightforward many times. So we find our position, and if we have this Brahminical educational Ministry of Education nature, and today we're kind of looking at it not from the point of view of how the Ministry of Education should take charge. They're both valid, but from how the educators as individual people, and that's what it means. If you're an educator or a Brahmin, that means you're independent. You have your own nature, and our society needs that. Even if there are some problems with the administration, this and that, when it comes down to it, Prabhupada educated Brahmins were very much, and of course they'll be very, very enthusiastic to organize other people. Along that line, then one of the books that we use the most, is closest to our heart for many reasons, is Light of the Bhagavat. You know? And text 21 is we'll conclude with that, is this very, very nice in terms of this particular theme. And the actual text from 5,000 years ago says the wind carries the clouds to different parts of the globe. Yeah? And the clouds distribute rains to the satisfaction of the people in general, just as rich kings and merchants distribute their accumulated wealth inspired by religious priests. And so such beautiful art. We've done symposia on this. Tamal Krishnamars was trying to do it, and we've done it all over the world. And so here we have the beautiful picture of the winds and the rain blowing, very Taoist perspective. And see a little close up, there's a guy down below there, in the middle of all this environment and simple housing and everything else, go on like that. So in the purport, I think here, let's go ahead then, and I think we have 5 minutes left, right? Do I have 5 minutes left, or is my time exhausted? All glory to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you. Okay, I'll just summarize it. In the purport, Prabhupada is saying that the Brahmanas are like the wind, and they should inspire the Kshatriyas, the administrators, the organizers, the GBC, presidents, temple presidents, uh, and to develop these educational programs for the people in general. We hear sometimes 90% of the people will be just be common people. They'll work hard, they'll want to come to a nice, interesting puppet show at the end of the day. Prabhupada says the gopis in Nanda Maharaj could not read or write, you know, but they would come and see things organized by the Brahmins. Brahmins would put it into shows and formats and explain it, you know. And so that's the job of the Brahmins, to inspire the Kshatriyas to organize educational programs, and then to inspire the people with resources to contribute. And then 80 or 90% of the people then will be the people who are directly deriving the benefit. Of course, the Kshatriyas and Brahmanas also are deriving very special, Vaishyas, very special benefit from the Brahmins. And also in the purport, Prabhupada gives a very, very nice statement. He says, and the Brahmanas should not abandon their positions as Brahmanas and take up the work of Kshatriyas and Vaishyas. Of course, we know Vipad Dharma that we do this in different ways. We take responsibilities. But we see Prabhupada also, he really just stuck to this point of teaching, publication, distribution. And of course, he could have even, inspired people to run for political office. We're here with Balavanta and stuff. But mainly that was his goal. No, even though it's not so effective and I can do the political work better, I can make more money better. Yeah, but my focus is always the Brahmana is going to be stick with it and stick with inspiring Kshatriyas and Vaishyas. So that's what we see as our little presentation here today, is that education should always remember that the final examination is the time of death, and education should always be focused, especially on the Maha Mantras, and following the four principles and how to get better at those, how to teach those for other people, and even when you're dying, how to be involved in those. And then specifically, as educators, we should take this responsibility of doing it and seeing it gets done. And even though there may be administrative chaos and everything else, and giving that very excellent service to the administrators and the organizers. So it can go on forever, but of course, we have so many other interesting people we want to listen to. So thank you very much, Bali Maharaj, and everybody else.
Thank you very much, Maharaj. Can you turn on your video here? So we will maybe take 2 minutes, some reflection, questions, or anything for Maharaj, please. You can unmute yourself and
Everybody is thunderstruck.
don't be shy. Or raise your hand.
I first met Chandrasekhar Maharaj in the doorway of a hotel in the Mission District in San Francisco, and then he was trying to find the temple, and then I said, "Oh, it's no longer here." And after that, he went across the street and to Berkeley, and then we have all these adventures together with the Mother's Party, the Mahacharya era. we both lived through it. I think himself,
Yeah,
myself, and Bobby are the only sannyasis maybe from the West Coast there. Yeah.
Maharaj raised his hand now. So yes, Maharaj, please go ahead. You need to unmute yourself if you're speaking.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, so now I guess I'm unmuted. My question is, how does the MOE actually work? There is some organizational structure, or everything is kind of ad hoc and coming together, kind of catch as catch can. I get the sense it's more like this latter than the former, but
Well, of course, I
just
think
curious.
Bonnie Mardon's going to answer this later, but I was on the executive committee for maybe 5, 6, 7 years, and I retired when I was getting too old. And I mean, very serious senior educators who are involved in it, saying it's a struggle to try and set up an academic institute with the material world. But there is a GBC resolution. The Ministry of Education is responsible for all educational things. There's a Minister of Education who's Tapan Mishra, and there's a web page, ISKCONeducation.org, which is in trying to introduce the organization to you. And we wanted to set up zonal representatives and these kind of things, but I don't know how that's going. But if you go to the webpage, ISKCONeducation.org, I think that's in my experience, you can find some stuff there. But it still needs, it's just a fact, that the Brahmins have to put a lot of energy and support into the administrative aspect of setting these things up. But it is there on top of mission. Everybody have some organization, and if you have interest in different programs like primary school and these kind of things, then I think from the web page you can find the people to contact like that.
So how does the MOE interface with the 335 initiative? Are they talking to each other at all, or it's kind of they've newly discovered the other kid is on the block?
So yes, Maharaj, for that one, I think we have the topic and you are also the part of the topic owner. And also at the end, I have a Ministry of Education, some roadmap I wanted to share. Yes, but those are the things which is there in our subsequent presentation. We'll touch base of the 335 and all. Thank you. So please give a big Haribol to Hanumat Prasad Maharaj for such a wonderful insight and sharing the value of education. I love that picture, Maharaj, the ISKCON Berkeley, because we are part of here. That was one of the epic pictures of Prabhupada and in front of the Berkeley temple door.
It
Thank
brings
you.
back a lot of memories, although that was before my time. I didn't get there until about 2 or 3
I didn't
years
realize
later.
where are you? Are you there also, Maharaj, Chandrasekhar Maharaj in the picture?
No, that
Okay,
was
you are not.
before my time. As I
I
say,
see.
when I came to Berkeley, Prabhupada had already been and never returned to Berkeley. So I never saw Prabhupada at Berkeley.
Wonderful. Very good. Thank you very much for this wonderful conversation. We can hear experience from Prabhupada disciples such a lengthy way, and we are very much fortunate. So now, as moving forward, let me quickly share my screen. Then we can let me know when you can see my screen again, and then I will talk. Just a second. Say screen 2. Okay. So we will next one until 6:45. Bhaktivedanta University, the first university of ISKCON being established in Vrindavan, which will be presented by His Grace Radhakanta Das Prabhu. He is based out in Vrindavan himself with his family and serving for many, many decades. Now he was partly in the Gurukul, then also in this university. So he's a dean, and we'd like to welcome him. Along with Leela Purushottam Prabhuji, he works so diligently and established such a big monument for ISKCON to really stand up his education. So Hare Krishna, Radhakant Prabhuji, please unmute yourself and
Hare Krishna. Am I audible?
yes.
Okay, so thank you so much, Balimardhan Prabhu, for this opportunity. I'm feeling very humbled in front of all the great Vaishnavas. So please accept my humble obeisances, all Guru Shishla Prabhupada. So yeah, ideally Leela Purushottam Prabhu should have presented this, but somehow Balimardhan Prabhu met me in Baltimore and asked me if we can present a short presentation about the university. So I just like to give a small presentation. So
You can share your.
yes, I'll just share my screen. So a short introduction that the Gurukul that was established by Srila Prabhupada, we shifted to a new campus in Vrindavan, like 15 kilometers away from the Vrindavan temple. And we already have the school established there. It's running in the new campus for 5 years. And we are having 300 residential students staying there and getting education. We have a beautiful temple. The students come for Mangala Aarti. Their curriculum also, we are trying to make it as Krishna conscious as possible. So that's going on. And then my screen is visible, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then, interestingly, we came across a letter by Srila Prabhupada. In 1976, he's writing to Dr. Chatterjee. that we are attempting again this Gurukula program. So why not begin from this small endeavor and gradually develop to the ideal university? If you can arrange such university, there'll be no financial difficulty. So Dr. Chatterjee from Calcutta suggested Srila Prabhupada that ISKCON should have its university. Now, that time in 1976, there were very few private universities in India. But now there are so many. All these spiritual institutions, they have their own university. But ISKCON doesn't have. So somehow we came across this quote, and Leela Purushottam being professor for so many years, and he's a director of IIT Mandi now. So he's somehow very inspired that this seed by Srila Prabhupada in 1976, he wanted a university in Vrindavan. So with this inspiration, we moved ahead. Next, can you check on that? Right. So yeah. So now, so one may ask why another university. Now the problem is that there is no existing university that integrates Indian knowledge system and the modern science, like the modern scientific rigor and the academic rigor that we have in other universities, and integrating that with the Indian knowledge system, that nobody is doing. And this Vedic framework that we have, which can solve actually global problems today, especially mental health, consciousness, sustainability, and all that. So the answer to all these major problems in the world is actually given in our scriptures. But the problem is that we are not integrating that with the modern science. So this is what this university will do, integrating Vedic wisdom and modern science. So that means taking the same knowledge, but then using the modern research tools, using the modern academic framework, and prove the relevance of the Indian knowledge system in today's society. And various fields, like we can contribute in the fields of mental health, consciousness studies, sustainability, and of course value-based leadership. So all these things, this university can actually be a big contributor. And this is our strength. We have such, we have knowledge, Vedic vision that is there, and with the scientific rigor and the global network with ISKCON, we can actually make a difference to this world which is going through so much crisis. And the core philosophy of this university is actually based on Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Achintya Bheda Bhed. That is, matter and consciousness, how they're related to each other, at the same time how they're different. And I'm sure all of you are aware that consciousness is a big matter of research these days. Recently, Leela Purushottam had organized a conference in IIT Mandi. The name of the conference was Mind, Brain and Consciousness. And there were researchers all over the world who actually discussed about all these topics. And even Bhakti Rasamrit Maharaj presented the concept of chariot and the body from Upanishads and Bhagavad Gita. Everybody appreciated that whole analogy, that how soul is the passenger, intelligence is the driver, etc. So the world is looking for our model of consciousness, our model of matter, and the Achintya Bhedabhed philosophy we have is actually the answer to all the questions, the research topics that the modern scientists are doing. And also, one earth, one family, one future. This is one of the core principles of this university. And what is IKS? Of course, this is a very popular word these days, especially in India. The Indian government is promoting Indian knowledge system, and also worldwide, this term is catching up. So the whole body of the Vedic wisdom that we have in various fields, with yoga, meditation, philosophy, metaphysics, Ayurveda, medicine, mathematics, astronomy, art, architecture. Now, all this is actually, in a broad way, they're all considered IKS, which is based on the Shrutis, Vedas, Upanishads, Vedangas, the Smriti, all the Puranas, and especially for us, Srimad Bhagavatam, and the many purports, as all of you are aware, honored Vaishnavas, that Prabhupada writes in Bhagavatam, that this particular shloka is a lot of research can be done on this verse. So like that, there are many verses in Srimad Bhagavatam, Srila Prabhupada talks about, especially in the third canto, Sankhya Darshan, and also in that calculation of time from atom, etc. So we have all this invaluable knowledge, astronomy and physics, everything is there in Srimad Bhagavatam, other Puranas, and also the Darshanas, the six philosophical system that we have. We can also take inputs from there. And so what's our vision? To be a global leader in generating knowledge and skills inspired by Vedantic traditions, building an inclusive and sustainable society. The mission is to offer academically rigorous programs across disciplines rooted in the depth and diversity of Indian knowledge system. So we'll be having courses right from, we'll be having diploma certificate courses and UG courses, PG courses, and also PhD and research. In fact, research is a very core area. So from the very beginning, we'll be actually taking PhD students and starting research, and also we'll be having other courses as well. And in fact, we can also have that's also point of discussion, that even the current Bhakti Shastri and the courses that we have in ISKCON, that also actually we can offer from the university, and that those degrees, if people want, can have more recognition because it's coming from a official university recognized by the government in India. So various courses we can have, and the 5 schools that we have thought is, first is cultural studies, where we'll be having theology, Sanskrit, arts, etc. Then vocational studies, agriculture, healthcare, environmental, natural sciences, consciousness, astronomy, maths, health and wellness, especially with yoga and Ayurveda, and leadership development. So talking about ethical leadership and the leadership from our scriptures. So the various one of the core focus area for research will be mental well-being, and we have various therapies based on yoga, meditation, etc. A lot of research is going on in this topic. In IIT Mandi also, a lot of papers have been published that how clinically demonstrating to various experiments on the brain, through the brain waves, that how yoga, meditation, etc. This how it helps to cure mental diseases and for the overall mental well-being. And cognition and Pancha Mahadbhut also research on the various concepts given in Srimad Bhagavatam, and environment, energy related to water, renewable energy, etc., organic farming. And the inspiration, of course, Leela Pushmu considers these personalities as his inspiration. His only is Gopal Krishna Maharaj, his only is Tamal Krishna Maharaj, who wanted to establish university by ISKCON 20 years back. He also met him just before his his disappearance. He had a talk with Leela Pushmu Prabhu, and so he has been envisioning that ISKCON should have his own university. He in fact did his PhD for this purpose. Then we have Bhakti Swarup Damodar Maharaj, who Bhaktivedanta Institute and Srila Prabhupada told him to establish the scientific wing of ISKCON. Then we have Sadaputra Prabhu. So these are the personalities who are the inspiration for our project. And currently we have Guru Prasad Maharaj, our current GBC. We have Bhakti Vigyan Maharaj. He's also an educationist, so he's also quite involved. We have Akhanda Adhi Prabhu also, who is very much part of a university. He has also been to IIT Mandi from Bhaktivedanta Institute of Higher Studies, Florida. And Dr. Lila Purushottam Prabhu, Lakshmindar Behra, and Dr. Ankush Mittal. He's also initiated devotee Abhiram Prabhu, who is the currently Vice Chancellor for university in India. So we have many experts. Dr. Subhash Singh is a very famous Ayurvedic doctor. He was former director in Ministry of Ayush. In fact, he is the one who cured Dayaram Prabhu, if you are aware, one of the major leaders in India. He had aplastic anemia and he could not be cured. All over the world, he tried different treatments. And Dr. Subhash Singh actually cured Dayaram Prabhu. Dr. Ashok Kumar, who was in Harvard before. We have Gaurang Prabhu also. He's closely associated now with this university project. And we have other team members like myself who are working on the ground for the project development, fundraising, and other things. And the biggest milestone that we have achieved so far is that we got the letter of intent from the Uttar Pradesh government. Now, this is a big milestone for ISKCON, that the government of Uttar Pradesh has recognized this vision, and they've given us a letter of intent just last month. And so now once we do the construction, then we'll get the final permission. So there's a letter of intent they call. It's actually not so easy to get, but somehow by Krishna's mercy, Srila Prabhupada's mercy, because he wants to promote Sanatan Dharma, Yogi ji, the Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh, he likes ISKCON and he's appreciating our endeavors to preach the message of Sanatan Dharma all over the world. So he's having full support for this project. And he's very hopeful that ISKCON will make a very beautiful university in Vrindavan, which will be like globally well known. We did the Bhumi Pujan in February 2025. We had We can say Hema Malini ji, our local member of parliament, Gaurang Prabhu, Guru Prasad Maharaj, Leela Purushottam Prabhu, and many others joined for that program. We already have a good team. We have a lot of academic leaders, research scientists, administrative experts, all associated with us. And actually, so this is no more an idea, it's all happening. The construction has started. You can see the foundation of the first three buildings. These are the pictures from the existing Gurukul campus. And by Srila Prabhupada's mercy and all of his support, we really think that we hope that this will become a reality soon. And this will be a great project for ISKCON. And I'll just show you, this is the master plan. There'll be various blocks you can see over here. And so we are starting with the first three buildings you can see in the front. So that is what we are starting. Actually, we have a big brochure that's too long. I didn't want to present it here. So that's why I made a short PPT based on that. You can see the current construction pictures over here. And I also want to show you the existing, this is the existing Gurukul campus. You can see over here, the students already studying in this campus. There's an existing temple in a Gurukul campus, a beautiful Krishna Balaram temple. And this is the existing school building that we have already in our campus. So just to give a little overview of what we already have there. And also the Bhaktivedanta Research Center based in Kolkata. They're also part of our team now. So they're already working on so many manuscript preservation led by Gaurang Prabhu. So that team is also part of the university. So this is a long brochure. I just try to make a short version of that. You can see beautiful message also by the Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh. So that was my presentation. Now you can see our matter, cognitive matter, consciousness. So there's a whole, you can see Achintya Bheda Bhed. Bhaktivinoda University, world's first research intensive university dedicated to Indian knowledge system. And Achintya Bheda Bhed is actually our basis, the core philosophy based on which this university is envisioned. So that was my short presentation, and I really want to hear some suggestions, and we invite all exalted Vaishnavas to be please part of this. Actually, Balimardhan Prabhu just told me a week back. So I said, okay, I'll make a short presentation, but we want inputs from you, guidance from all of you, and it'll be nice. We want it to be like global university, and all the devotees in this field of education can contribute. So I'm once again grateful to Balimardhan Prabhu for this opportunity to present in this esteemed forum. So now we are open to any questions or comments.
So I think in the chat, Damodar Priya Devidasi, she is asking, Hare Krishna, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Are there any Vaishnavis taking part in this project?
Yes. In fact, yes, we have a few Vaishnavis also. I didn't in our detailed team list we have Vaishnavis as well. Yes, we have one Mataji who is country dean of economics. She's a devotee in Bangalore in university. So we'll include her in our department for management leadership, and we're open to Mataji. So yes.
Thank you. So anyone would like to Damodar Priya Devidas, you were there. Do you like to say a few things? Is there the chart you put it? Anything you want to add? You can unmute yourself.
I just thank you so much for asking my question, and thank you, Radhana Kant Prabhu, for your presentation. I was just asking because I know that through the Bhaktivedanta Institute for Higher Studies, there's so many Vaishnavis that I've met there that have PhDs and higher degrees. So it looks like you're already in contact with them. So I'm sure they can put you in contact with more Vaishnavis who have PhDs and will be qualified to be part of the university.
So Akhandi Prabhu is in charge there, right? So he's in touch with Leela Purushottam Prabhu.
Yeah, so I believe that it's also Brahmatirtha Prabhu who is.
Yes, they both actually they both are in
they're both
they both
there,
are part of our team, right?
And then my other question is, do you know if the school will be recognized by organizations like WES, the World Education Services? They're one of the largest education services that they provide a service where they will take the transcripts of students from all over the world who are looking to either go to university in the United States or in Canada, or to have their degrees transferred. And they will actually go through the transcripts and get them, so that they're recognized by universities and in the United States and Canada. The only reason I know about them is because my husband works for them, and they're one of the largest of the nonprofits. And I know that, and they have a lot of things with India in terms of like making sure that the universities are qualified. So I just want to put it out there that it might be good to have someone like either reach out, or maybe if I'm happy to put you in contact with my husband, and maybe he can also provide some guidance in that, because I think that's going to be very helpful in terms of the legitimacy that you're looking for as well, is to just make sure that those degrees are transferable to Canada and United States.
Yes, Mataji. So actually, it's a official university recognized by the government of India. So definitely it'll be transferable. And like you said, we can always take guidance from your husband and explore what else can be done. But it's like official recognized university by the government of India. So
Anyone? Thank you very much, Damodar Priya. And anyone else has, please unmute yourself. So I have a quick question in the meantime, if somebody is preparing for a question. So Radhakant Prabhuji, first of all, congratulations that we had this one, a new university for ISKCON. So I saw your IKS, the pillar and the various services which is given. So just like in like Bay Area where I'm staying here in California, Stanford University, when they opened it, so it was in Stanford itself. But lately, last 7, 8 years, they have redesigned their presence by opening Stanford universities all across the Bay Area. Means either they have acquired small medical facilities and they branded Stanford and given the compliant, and also they have extended themselves because they know that just the Stanford itself, maybe 50 miles from somebody's home, they may not go, and they design that way, it's extendable and broaden the part. So similarly, as a Bhaktivedanta University, is there a plan for expansion, as Damodar Priya also mentioning, in Northern America or Latin America, and how the language courses or how the certification or transcripts, etc., from different universities work out? So do you have any vision for that?
see, we cannot as of now open any branches of this university because as per the guidelines, private university can have only one campus in India. We can always have extension which is close to existing campus, but it cannot be very far as per the government norms of India. So that university will be in Vrindavan only. And we can have multiple campuses in Vrindavan in future. If this campus is, we need more expansion. So that they allow. In the near vicinity, we can have more campuses. And as far as collaborations, we can always have collaborations with other universities in abroad, and the transcripts will be fully valid. So our university transcripts, somebody having UG can always go to other universities for PG. That will be certainly valid because there are many private universities in India, and the students go abroad for higher studies. So there is no issue with that.
I see.
So this will be like a private university approved by the government in India. There are 900 such private universities in India, and they're doing absolutely fine. I mean, students from abroad are coming there, students from here are going abroad. So, so there's no problem in that regard.
Yeah, I know we had a breakout session in 2019 or so. We do not have a university, and we are talking about education, and we have so much of knowledge that Prabhupada has given, so much of information and things in ISKCON. But it's really a grand step towards achieving this goal. Yeah.
And I'm sure we can have more universities in ISKCON. Like once we have this, we can of course have more. Like I think Prabhupada told about Mayapur also, and different. Even in America, I heard that some devotees are thinking about it. So yes, so this is maybe the first one, and more may follow soon.
Thank you.
Srila Prabhupada
Okay.
maybe chose Vrindavan, his home, to begin the first university, the land of the six Goswamis. So maybe that was Krishna's desire to have the first university there, and we are part
Yeah,
of it. Yeah.
understood. So, okay. So last, any further comments, question from anyone?
Sorry to be the only one asking questions, but I was
Yeah.
wondering, will there be any cooperation or is there anything going on with Bhaktivedanta College in Belgium? Like, how does that factor into what you're
Right now, we don't have any collaboration, but yes, we are always open, so we can always take some input from them, or we can always collaborate, take their experiences and learn from them. We can get in touch, yeah. But right now, we haven't got in touch with Bhaktivedanta College. That's a nice feedback. So Damodar Mataji can always be, we'll be in touch. I can take your contact from Balimardhan Prabhu, and it'll be nice if you can be part of it. And we're looking for all devotees, whoever are interested in this field of academics and want to be part of this university, all welcome.
Thank you. Thank you, Radhakant Prabhuji. Thanks for your wonderful presentation. And please share the PDF if it is possible. When I send out to the devotees registered, they can receive it
Sure,
also.
sure, Prabhu. I'll do that. Thank you once again, Balimardhan Prabhu, and all the Vaishnavas assembled for giving this small opportunity. Thank you all. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Thank you. So continuing with our journey of having multiple things. So right now, as the Minister of Education, we have Bhakti Shastri and Bhakti Vivaha, one of our key fundamental courses we offer around the world. As Chandrasekhar Maharaj was asking, what is Ministry of Education? This is likely our bread and butter, kind of the main thing, which is given with the collaborations with the Board of Examinations team. So Parampadam Prabhu is also based out in Latin America, Argentina, our representative for Ministry of Education. And he's always enthused whenever education things comes. He's a great teacher. So he's going to share some of his experiences on the Bhakti Shastri courses using the modern technology of AI Guru. So Parampadam Prabhuji, floor is yours, so you can share the things. Let me make you as a co-host also. Yeah, you should be able to share your screen and unmute yourself. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Balimardhana Prabhu. Hare Krishna for going to share my screen. Okay. It's okay. Can you see? Teaching Krishna consciousness in the age of ChatGPT. It's okay? The screen?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. It's okay, Balimardhana?
Yeah,
Here?
I can see, but there is in the center a kind of a bar, which is maybe it's a part of the presentation. That's fine, but a rectangular bar is
maybe this.
maybe if you
This way.
go to the next screen, let's see. Oh yeah, it's gone now. Yeah, it's gone. It's gone. Okay, it's good.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, it's perfect. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, it's a true honor to participate here today among such esteemed personality, Maharaj, and dedicated educator. Thank you very much for the invitation and my respectful obeisance to all. Now, I want to talk about ChatGPT, the mysterious entity that seems to know everything, except how to test prasadam or feel the beat of a mridanga, for now. We live in times where technology races ahead at the speed of sound, while our spiritual journey asks us to move at the speed of the heart. It may feel like these two speeds don't match, but what if AI, especially ChatGPT, could actually become an ally rather than an obstacle? The question, I think the question is no longer, should our students use AI? I'm sorry, but the ship has sailed. The real challenge is, how do we, as Vaishnava educators, guide this powerful tool so it nurtures true learning and heartfelt bhakti? Let me start with an honest concern. Many teachers worry deeply about ChatGPT. They fear that the students will stop thinking for themselves, that they'll use to write essays, complete assignments, or even fake a spiritual experience. And in response, some educators take the easiest route, and in my opinion, two common mistakes: banning and avoiding ChatGPT. The first mistake is they say using ChatGPT is cheating, or I know if you use it. I run your work through an A detector. Nowadays, many rely heavily on this AI detector, believing if you use ChatGPT, I'll catch you. But the students are clever and adapt quickly. They use ChatGPT to rewrite, rephrase, and humanize the text so it passes AI detectors. There are entire prompt guides online teaching how to fool these systems. The mistake two is thinking that asking reflective or spiritual questions will outsmart ChatGPT. For example, prompts like describe a time you doubted Krishna and how you overcome it, or write a personal reflection on surrender and how it shows your spiritual practice, or explain why you chant the Mahamantra and what your experience during the Shabbat. These questions seem deeply personal, and we assume they require real inner work. But with the right prompts, students can use ChatGPT to generate beautiful, heartfelt reflection without ever chanting, struggling, or truly reflecting. The AI simulates humility and insight, deceiving teacher. Meanwhile, the student miss out on genuine growth. Then the result is we create an atmosphere of fear, mistrust, and a constant game of hide and seek with technology. Yet, we fail to ask the essential question: are we truly shaping character and consciousness, or have we turned education into a game where students use AI to deceive and teachers try to catch them with detector, both trying to outsmart each other instead of working together on a path of guided learning? It's like playing cat and mouse. Our acharyas never taught us to fear tools. They taught us to purify our intents. Srila Prabhupada once says, of course, the Americans are doing things in a very nice way, with great technological advancement, but what they are doing is blind. You may be a very good driver, but if you are blind, then how well will you drive? You will create disaster. So the American people must open their eyes spiritually so that their good driving capacity will be properly utilized. Now, they are trying to see through microscopes, but as long as they remain blind to their own spiritual identity, what will they see? They may have microscopes or this machine or that machine, but they are blind, that they know, that they don't know. Then, now let us, sorry. ChatGPT, like a microscope, can reveal deeper layers of Shastra, in my opinion. Layer of Shastra, psychology, and meaning, but only if the one looking through it knows what to look for. As Srila Prabhupada said in this quote, they may have microscope or this machine or that machine, but they are blind. A microscope in the hands of a blind person reveals nothing. Likewise, ChatGPT in the hands of the spiritual blind student only deepens illusion. But in the hands of the spiritually guided learner, it becomes a tool for discernment and devotion. Let's teach our students how to see, so their use of technology becomes no distraction, but a deeper vision in truth. Now let us imagine a different approach, an approach rooted in Vaishnava pedagogy, guided by Shastra and Sangha, but open to reality of our times. When used with intention and intelligence, ChatGPT can support genuine learning. It can help students, for example, summarize Shastric arguments and compare different Acharya religion and philosopher views, generate new analogy to explain complex spiritual concepts, simulate dialogues between Arjuna and the modern seeker, get feedback on their writing instantly, and there's an opportunity for the teacher also. They can generate Shastra-based quizzes, draft lesson plans and creative questions, create glossaries and simplify text for younger audience, and translate content across language and levels. Now, let me share some real assignments we have implemented in our educational programs. In this way, you can see how to apply ChatGPT in the Bhakti Shastri exams or question for the student. for example, comparative reflection. It's a question that I ask on my students. Ask ChatGPT to compare Arjuna dilemma in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 1, with a modern psychological conflict. Then, using Shastric source, critic ChatGPT answer and explain what is missing. This way, the student have to use ChatGPT by the critic way. Other question, devotional speech writing. Use ChatGPT to draft a 3-minute speech on the meaning of Swadharma. Then refine it by adding Shastra reference and your personal realization. Or, for example, dialogue simulation. Use ChatGPT to simulate a conversation between a doubtful devotee and a wise spiritual guide. Your task, identify what is helpful, what is artificial, what is related with teaching Krishna from this chapter, and what could be improved. In this way, I have many questions for the student where the student have to use ChatGPT, and then they can study with more deeper the Shastra. Okay, in conclusion, I can see let's not fear AI, only let's spiritualize it. Teach Yukta Vairagya with digital tools. Rise Vaishnava who walk in what words? Shastra and software. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Wonderful. So it's such a amazing guidelines. So I will see if we have any questions, anyone. So please, there is some applause from few devotees. But nevertheless, anyone has any, please unmute yourself and give your reflection or questions to Parampadam Prabhu.
Please, Damodar Priya, I only ask that you speak slowly because my English is, I try
yo,
to, okay.
Yo puedo
Yeah.
hablar en español y traducirlo al inglés si quiere. Se le hace más fácil. I can speak in Spanish and translate it to English if that would be easier.
Yeah, that would be good.
Okay.
And also I put a caption in Spanish for those who
Perfect.
are, so in case anybody wants, they can look into the caption in the bottom and see the Spanish translation. So, but you
Okay.
can go ahead.
Entonces, Hare Krishna Param Padam Papu. Muchas gracias por la presentación. Yo sé que es algo que es muy difícil de presentar porque es muy controversial. So I just thanking him for the presentation, and I know that it's a difficult topic to present because it's a very controversial topic. Mi pregunta es sobre ChatGPT siendo algo que no ayuda a los estudiantes a pensar más críticamente y tener su imaginación propia. Me gustó como tú trataste de usar ciertas preguntas al final para hacer eso, pero todavía me da nervios que en verdad estamos como ayudándolos a que sigan perdiendo esa habilidad de pensar críticamente y de tener su propia imaginación, no tener que empezar con algo de la computadora. So I said that my main concern is just that ChatGPT, and it seems to me, erodes students' critical thinking skills and imagination. And I really appreciated how he used at the end his questions to try to have them use the tool to still kind of do some thinking with that, but I'm still very concerned that they are still having to use that to start, and it's still eroding their critical thinking and imagination skills. Entonces estaba pensando, ¿qué son tus pensamientos con eso? No fuera posible más como enseñarles cómo hacer pensamiento crítico y cómo usar su imaginación en vez de usar el ChatGPT. So I was wondering if he has any thoughts on instead just focusing on teaching the students more critical thinking skills and how to use their imagination as opposed to using this tool. Thank you. Gracias.
Thank you. Thank you, Tamara Priya. It's a very good question. It all depends on what kind of question you make using ChatGPT. I can show you some question that I have to the exam, Bhakti Shastri exam, and I can asegurar that the student that have to answer this question have to make so much effort or more effort to answer this question using ChatGPT than if they didn't use it. Maybe I can show you now, but it's in Spanish. I just share some question in my presentation, but I have many other questions so much deeply that the student have to use ChatGPT in a way that is very difficult to have a passive way, a passive reflection. Maybe it's easier for you understand this if I show you my question. Maybe after the presentation I can share you and you will see. It's okay? My English?
Yes,
Thank you.
gracias. Thank you. And I just have a follow-up in terms of, does he have alternatives for students that for maybe moral reasons don't want to use ChatGPT because of how bad it is for the environment in terms of the systems that it uses? Que estoy preguntando que si tú tienes alternativas de preguntas para los estudiantes que posiblemente por razones morales, porque el ChatGPT está conectado a sistemas que son muy malos para el medio ambiente, que no quieran usar el ChatGPT. Thank you. Gracias.
Yes, in the same question, the use of ChatGPT is optional. But if the student don't use ChatGPT and want to make the same by themselves, okay, it's no problem. But I think, in my own experience, that the student lost an opportunity to have many new ideas or creative ideas. It's like, yes, the ChatGPT is not like a way to answer question. It's like assistant. It's like when you ask to other devotee from ideas, but not for answer. It's like a brainstorm. I think we need teach our students how use this, because if we don't teach our students how use ChatGPT, there are two results. First, the people or the student, okay, in English is difficult to explain, but I think it's an opportunity to, it's like a Zoom, like here. If someone say no Zoom because it's online, then they are not Symposium, because Zoom is like, I don't know, it's online. Then we lost opportunity to have a Vaishnava association. The same way, there are many opportunities in ChatGPT. I know there are many problems also, but we need to train or learn how take the opportunity. This is in Argentina, at least, the main universities using ChatGPT in the exams, because they realize that the forbidding ChatGPT is not a good idea now. I don't know.
So, Prabhuji,
We
considering
can
the
see.
time, I think Maharaj has also one question. Can you answer to him, like Chandrasekhar Maharaj? So please go ahead, Maharaj. This is the last one, then we'll move to the next topic. Please go ahead.
Well, I have just a real short question. How much of this whole concept of getting students to utilize ChatGPT has been already mobilized or been implemented in your projects? Is it something that you've already been doing for a long time, or is it something you've just started doing? Or that's all. I don't need a lengthy explanation, just kind of get a sense of.
So how long you are
Okay,
using,
thank
Prabhuji?
you.
Yeah.
Okay, Amarapriya, can you translate that Chandrasekhar Swami said, please? Thank you.
Él está preguntando que en este momento cuántos ya se está, como que ya cuánto ya se está planeado o está usando el ChatGPT para los sistemas de educación que se está haciendo como en Bhakti Shastri. Chandrasekhar Swami Maharaj, you're asking about in reference to Bhakti Shastri specifically? Like how much is
Well,
it?
right. He's evidently got a system and a some kind of strategy going. I just wonder if this is mostly what he's thought about, or he's already implemented it for quite a while.
Entonces él quiere
And
saber que si esto es algo que tú has estado pensando o es algo que ya has estado usando por mucho tiempo.
No, I start using this year. This is because there are many students that start to answer questions using ChatGPT. We have a problems with the student Bhakti Shastri because they answer question, exam question, open book question using ChatGPT. Then we have to modify the question and this way that if they want to use ChatGPT, then they use ChatGPT in a good way. Understand?
okay.
This is a problem. It's a problem. Yes.
But by the way,
And
thank you, Parampadam Prabhu, for such a wonderful presentation. And I know we have many things we can share, but considering the time, we have 2 more presentations to go, and I wanted to make sure that we finish also in time. So Thank you for those people who have asked questions. And Amala Nam Das Prabhu say very creative, inspirational, and groundbreaking Haribol. So thanks devotees for sharing your reflections towards Parampadam Prabhuji's presentation. Hare Krishna. Again, once again, thank you, Prabhu. Thank you for sharing the chat GPT one. So next one is our Chandrasekhar Maharaj, and Ramacharya is there. Okay, yeah, he joined. So we'll have a presentation. As you know, 335 is a North America GBC has taken a step towards reaching expansion. So by 2035, we are going to achieve a 3% of the populations of North America to be Krishna consciousness by means, at least they are coming few programs in temple and chanting one round at least. So somehow or others, we are making them. So in order to that, this ISEE, Institute for Spiritual Education and Enlightenment, it's one of our key projects from Ministry of Education also. So we wanted to make sure that how it is implemented, and this is benefiting to the entire community in North America. So Chandrasekhar Maharaj and Ramacharya Prabhu are going to share until next 20 minutes, 15 minutes,
So
20
can you
minutes.
share the screen if you have the presentation? We are a little out. Or if Maharaj you would like to share, that's also.
I already put it up on
Yeah.
my screen. I don't know whether.
No, can you share in the Zoom? Yeah.
Oh, okay. So let me go to Zoom here. That's share screen. Is the share screen? They keep moving it around and it always throws me off. On the Zoom interface, where is the share screen?
There should be arrow, Maharajji.
Where?
You press that one and then select the file.
Say that again slowly.
There should be one arrow going up on the screen.
Uh-huh.
If you press that.
Okay, anyway, I have the presentation. Let me share, okay?
No,
Yeah,
no, no,
you
no,
have
no.
it.
If you do it, then you'll have to be, then I won't have any control over when we move from one slide to another. I think
Okay.
we can finally.
Yeah, let's see the.
Okay.
Are you able to find out?
Doesn't give me any.
No
option.
problem. So that's okay.
Yeah.
So I think let's do the other way around. I sharing my screen, and you can tell me when you can go next so that I know this very well. Share my screen. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's better.
Oh, there it is. I finally found it. Okay. I couldn't see it for some reason. All right. So now, are you able to see it from my point of view? I saw the share screen. It's a green arrow at the very bottom of the thing. Is everyone able to see it, or they aren't able to see it?
I can see Maharajji.
Okay. Okay. All right. So now it's deciding to update and move when I don't ask it to. And that's why I really wish I'd had some chance to be able to work the bugs out of the system before we actually started, but we don't. We
Okay.
aren't able to. Okay, so all right. How do I back up to the previous slide? Okay. Are you running this one?
Yeah, I'm the one who's running.
Okay, so that's why I don't have any control over this now.
Yeah.
All right. So at any rate, here is our IC. It's called Institute for Spiritual Education and Enlightenment. That's what the acronym stands for. And this was part of a group of initiatives that were made by the 335 initiative. So as some of you probably already well know, 335 was an initiative to have a increase in 3% penetration of Krishna consciousness into North America by the year 2035. So that's what 335 indicates. And as you can see from the little logo there, whoever made the logo is definitely not very much interested in North America. Canada is the big thing there. I think they were insulted by Trump's bid to add Canada as a province to the United States. So they did the opposite thing there. At any rate, it's North America. And the way that 335 will be done with, how it will be evaluated, or the metric will be, now we need to move to, I think, slide 6 or 7. That's why not having the ability to really do anything except call out numbers, and that's for memory. Further. See, this is going to be really clumsy. Further. The last slide, I believe it is. Still one more. This is going to really work poorly. Can I just get you to unshare this screen, and I can share it from my own side, because this is really not working. Yeah. Okay, so yes, I can do it this way, and it'll be quicker than what you were doing. Okay, so let me go back one step. So this was the idea that we would figure out that maybe he removed that slide, one about, yeah, here it is, definition of practicing, that at least one round daily. This is how we decide whether the initiative is working or not. Somebody needs to keep track. So if an individual who has joined ISKCON, and we keep a database of people who have joined, and we see that over a period of 10 years from, say, today in 2025 to 10 years from now in 2035, that person has moved from at least 0 chanting to 1 round, or they're attending now Bhakti Vriksha 20 times a year, then such a person is considered to be a part of the 3% increase. So that's basically the metric. And the whole concept of education is to help people to understand Krishna consciousness. Now, that's already what MoE does, is to help people understand Krishna consciousness. And mostly, I think it's geared towards people who are already in Krishna consciousness. But we were also thinking about focusing a lot on people who are just new and maybe have never connected with Krishna consciousness, and such people could learn. So the idea is to bring as many people in the door as possible. So this is a quote that our Ramacharya has plucked. It doesn't matter whether they are initiated or not. If they're coming in large numbers, that's success of our mission. We're not after making initiated members, very many, but our concern is that people understand this philosophy in wider circles. Initiated members are managing the temples and preaching. Initiated members are for managing the temple and preaching work, but our program is to invite people to our feast, let them hear our philosophy, and dance and chant. That is the basic principle of our philosophy in preaching work. So the whole concept then is that we are trying to make a situation where the possibility that people can understand about Krishna consciousness and come into contact with it in ways that maybe we're used to, that have been done in the past, like in a temple, in a class situation, or also in various other types of initiatives and methodologies that are not the same as we might have seen in the past. So many different kinds of principles and methods might be done to bring more people in. So Krishna consciousness can bring many, many people to know at least something about Krishna consciousness. And then, of course, we're not going to abandon our other initiatives where people who have been with Krishna for a long time will understand deeper and more conclusive and more in-depth understanding. So this is not to get rid of that, but to invite new people in new ways, to broaden the scope of people coming in. So this will make the 335 initiative wider in its reach and its connection with people in the outside world. So as way as Ramacharya knows this better than I do, but he's saying that there were 5 basic growth initiatives. So these are initiatives that will grow the whatever we are now, 0.1% to 3% by 2035. These are the growth initiatives. So by doing more book distribution, by doing prasadam distribution, college preaching, congregational development, bhakti, community, wisdom of the sages, those kind of initiatives will create more of a thrust into new preaching, new people who are not very well already committed to or don't know much about Krishna. Now, these are support initiatives. These 5 are ones that are more in the MoE circle, where this is for devotees that we already have, and we're trying to help them to gain progress in their understanding of Krishna consciousness, their connection with the devotee community, et cetera, et cetera. So the ISEE is kind of under the middle one here, Sunday School Devotee Education. And so there'll be an initiative called Devotee Care, people taking care of devotees, deity worship, understanding how to perform deity worship properly, compliance, various other initiatives to make sure that Krishna consciousness doesn't become watered down or catch as catch can, completely disheveled, and everybody does whatever they think. So these are the 2, the growth initiatives, book distribution, prasadam, college preaching, bhakti community, and ISKCON youth. These are how we'll grow new comers to Krishna, and this is how we will cultivate or culture those who have been with Krishna for some time. And so our idea, and of course, that's the whole mission of 335, is to go deeper into society by coming up with various kinds of spiritual education over various types of, methods. Now, since our Ramacharya is here, I'll let him go further and take it over from here and explain it further.
Thank you, Maharajji. Thank you. So next slide, Prabhu, if you move to.
Okay.
Maharajji. So this is a very powerful slide that we have captured here. And in fact, this came out from His Holiness Chandrasekhar Swami Maharaj. He said that ISKCON needs to take the education of its devotee as seriously as commercial organization train their employee. That is very profound statement, and I captured it as a separate slide because I think that this is what we have to do. We have to, and this is what MoE is doing. And once ISEE is fully grown up, then that's what we would like to do. Our intent is to embed into the society and somehow or other convince people to read our books and be educated in the subject of Krishna consciousness. So the next slide, you would see that how we are going to penetrate deeper into society. And this is just the template that we are showing you to make you aware that how we are thinking about the entire project. So first and foremost, we have to come up with the projects or subject that we are calling out. What are the subject that is going to be based on the need, interest, and concern of the people out there? And then we have to discuss about the demography. Who is the audience for that particular subject that we want to give it to the people? And then which format should we reach out to people? Should we go through social media or online or personal training? And for sure, before we get there, the format and demography, we'll have to do some environmental scanning or market studies to find out for a particular area where we are trying to promote our preaching, what type of demography is there, what the people needs are, interests are, concern are. All of that has to be studied. And then the last item you would see here is resources. Definitely, it requires a lot of resources, and resources in terms of devotees coming forward and working with us. We'll have to create the apps or the recorded, content for Facebook or YouTube. So a lot of resourcing and material creation has to happen to start promoting. The approach that we are trying to take is that we know for sure that in the very beginning, we don't have everything well defined and ready to go. So we are going to tackle those projects or subjects which are least resource incentive, something that is low hanging fruit that we can build upon. On the other side, you are seeing that there is a pictorial representation of how we are going to develop the audience. We have to know the audience, need, interest, and concern, and we have to create the content that is going to be fitting with their need. We'll have to create the team who are working behind to come up with the content, and then finally we have to let it go to the market and track how it's doing and see how we can optimize. This is just one of the example. If you go to the next slide, it says that how we are going to start deciding the format. For example, if there is something that has to go to social media, this is the survey that says in US, almost most of the people are on Facebook and YouTube or Instagram. So if we have to put something on social media, these are the forums that we are going to select because people are there and we have to go where people are. Next slide, just showing you what are the different formats that we are planning for this project, such as meeting in person.
Sorry, can you hear Ramachandra Prabhu, or I missed you?
You can hear it. This is the last slide.
Okay.
So the last slide, basically, we are requesting to form a bigger team. We are meeting on bi-weekly basis, and we have few devotees who are showing a lot of interest. Maharajji and myself and few others are coming and talking on regular basis, but we are here to seek your help. So if you like to help with this project, please send us your interest. I have the phone number there. You can text us. We'll add you to our WhatsApp group, and then once we start meeting, you can start sharing your idea and how you can make this project better. Some of the things that we have to do very soon, one of them is we have to go out there and let people know that we exist and what we want to do. And in order to do that, we are requesting Maharaji that we interview him, and then we'll ask some basic questions. What is ISEE? What is the scope of ISEE? What type of people we are, going after? What are the content that we are going to create, so that people out there, they would know that we are working on it. So that's something we are planning, and our plan is that in a week or two, we should have something substantial ready that we can share. Last but not least, our request is that please join this team. take one or two of this project. We have multiple projects that I haven't gone through, but there are series of projects that we have come across, both for devotees who are new or devotees who are existing. There are types of product for both of them. But our request is that please come join this team and help whichever way you can help get us where we want to get at. So with that, I would like to conclude. Thank you so much, Prabhu, for giving us time to come and talk about our project here. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much. You can unshare, Maharaj. And if you have any, we can take only one question. If anyone has. You can unshare your screen, Maharaj.
I thought I did.
Not yet. So. Okay, no worry. Let me share my screen in the meantime. So anyone has any questions, comment?
Yeah, if anybody wants to know more about this project, what we are
So
doing, it's not all the details, but please feel free to reach out to us. Maharaj will be more than happy also to answer any questions you have. Yes, Prabhu, you were saying, somebody was saying something.
no, some people are saying thank you. Thank you for doing this one. Okay. So in the interest of the time, thank you Ramacharya Prabhu and Chandrasekhar Maharaj for such a wonderful presentation. I am part of this team also because this is our core thing and we are going to really make it happen. Let's do preaching heavily. So the last part of this, our session today, is giving some Ministry of Education update. I am the Minister for North America, working under Tapan Mishra Prabhu. And then just wanted to share you few things, the collaborations part, and that's what we are saying. Together, we work towards tomorrow in order to achieve this desired success. And how it happens, His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj always says our eternal relationship with God can be revived in the human form of life, and that should be the good education. Indeed, that is the perfection of life and the perfection of education. So that's what it's very important, education. And Ministry of Education is the only one which was established and founded by Srila Prabhupada. Just like BBT, he did not found the BBT ministry rather than BBT, Bhaktivedanta Trust, but Ministry of Education. So how Prabhupada felt that education is a key to the success in spiritual life. Okay, children are also blank state. We need to go through them. And these are our things. This is the last part of this thing, which I am going to share few important part. Okay. Ministry has a lot of offerings, and one of the things which I just received from Shyam Gopal Prabhu and other books are the Basis Week, which is coming up 7 to 13 September. Just after Bhadra Purnima, which is the Srimad Bhagavatam, we distribute thousands and thousands Srimad Bhagavatam. So we encourage devotees to distribute for the Bhadra campaign, Srimad Bhagavatam, in their locality. And after that, also people to read. So books are the Basis Week, 7 to 13 September. If you want to join the challenge, you can send us an email. My name is there also, or office at ISKCONeducation.org. You can send it across, or you can go to ISKCONeducation.org. In the beginning, you will be able to see. So this is, you can conduct a book reading program or encouraging devotees to read books on that week, even if you do one night, one day, 1 hour, to encourage little child, encourage your corporate friends, it is be helpful. So this is our ministry website, we can see. And there are many centers has been registered, just like you can see our research institutes are. We saw Radhakant Prabhu has presented from Bhaktivedanta University Vrindavan. So we have Bhaktivedanta Research Center, we have Bhaktivedanta Research Center Pune, and Institute for Higher Studies, etc. So all of them, which has been registered in the Ministry of Education, and you can see the different programs and offering. And we are doing the Viplavah, which is especially the global conference, regional conferences to give educational awareness to the congregation at large. You can also recommending devotees to register for their schools and any educational initiative they're doing it. You can fill out the form directly. You can send out an email to me also, valimardan@gmail.com. I can help you out, or you can directly go. You can directly put it out. It's very online driven. And in your center, if you're running a Sunday school or any kind of educational thing, please post it so that people can know. Right now, just giving an example, in Canada we have Saranagati village. There is a Govardhan Academy. In the United Kingdom, there's a manor preschool. So things like that, which is there. So please register here. And also we offer our digital certificates, online applications right now for Bhakti Shastri, Bhakti Vaibhav, online applications for portal, TTC courses, which is offered for BAS, TTC 1, TTC 2, and for Bhakti Shastri. And this is already done. Study and teach program is also no more there available. And also we do the symposium for the benefit of the devotees around what is happening on the educational initiatives. So Shastric studies also there, and you can get the Bhakti Shastri, Bhakti Vaibhav contents, all kind of contents, questionnaires, and various presentations. Everything is there in ISKCON I'm not able to go right now to details go. So the vision for us, for me, is North America 335, as we are talking about. This has been, I've been sharing 3,143 counties in 50 states of America. So what does it mean? Prithivite ache jate nagaradi grama sarvatra prachar hoye mumur naam. That means in each county we need to have at least one Brahmin. That is the sunlight or the sun which illuminates that county. So that means we need to have at least 3,143 teachers. So right now we have only established 64 centers and maybe less than even 100 teachers in North America, those who are certified teachers I'm talking about, very less. So we are really requesting people to become teachers, get certification, be enthusiastic to teach others. And that's why we can, 1% of people become Brahminical qualities, which is 3.3 million. This goal of 335 can be also achieved. So these are the things you get, TTC 1 and 2 certificates from Paratattva Chatuspadi, so which has been online TTC courses. If you want, you can directly contact him, or you can let me know. I can connect also. Padmamukhani, my Prabhuji, excellent devotee. These are Bhakti Shastri certificates which is offered. Please make sure any temple or center, they do not issue certificates. The certificates are issued by the collaborations of Ministry of Education with the Board of Examinations. So many times people think that Bhakti Shastri was offered by a temple or a person who is teaching. No. Okay. So this was offered by the Board of Examination. Board of Examination is the part of the Ministry of Education, ISKCON Ministry of Education, which is given this certificate. And also those who are not too much interested in Bhakti Shastri, those can make them enthused in some certificates such as Bhagavad Gita, one chapter reading and certification, read the book, Nectar of Instruction, or something like that. You can certificate of passing, certificate of completion, you can give from your institution. Just like we started also Bhakti Vaibhav, the main goal is learn, fun, and degree. That's important. So, which is also we started. This is going well, and everyone is more welcome to do. And we have also different registered centers in North America, which has been given. And if you want to get any update from Ministry of Education, you are most welcome to share with me. I just wanted to share one quick thing. Just a minute. Last one. Here. Okay. Okay, how to open a center. This is also given. The application form are very easy. And if you cannot, I'm also helping out many ISKCON temples and others how to open a center. You can also write to me at my email or in any ways, any capacities, so that we will be able to manage to help you. But definitely you can go to Ministry of Education website. There are a lot of contents, a lot of things which is given, and you will be able to see what has been offered by these Ministry of Educations. in every section. So you can scroll down iskoneducation.org and able to find out. So now what I do is take some 1 second a poll and a quiz. I will launch it. So I will just allow devotees to please fill it out. There are some 4 questions, I think. Which session you like the most? Are you currently a certified Bhakti Sastri teacher? If not, if you are interested, then let me know how do you rate the symposium. And do you like to serve in education ministry? Share your contact email, your interest area. We can help it out with different projects in North America. If you like to be part of the Ministry of Education, there are definitely, we want everybody to be a teacher. Every center should have a Bhakti Sastri examination center. So, but cultivate to develop more teachers and all. And if you want to learn to be a teacher, first thing is you need to get the TTC. I can help you out to start the TTC program or learn from digital. You don't need to fly to anywhere else. And people ask, what is the Mayapur Institute's Vrindavan Institute of Higher Education? They are also one in the main umbrella of Ministry of Education. They are also one institute which offers these courses. Ministry of Education, just like federal institutes, has many different branches. So Mayapur Institutes, my Vrindavan Institutes of Higher Education, so or Vidyapit or anything. So they are also part of this ministry's education, and they are also operated under one umbrella, which is a board of examinations for conducting these examinations, seminars, etc. So we have also okay. I hope everybody got the lunch, the poll. Please in the mobile also. I see only few people have 31% has participated. I want few more, please, attend the poll. It has launched. Are you able to, anybody has difficulty getting the poll? Unmute yourself.
Yeah, I can see the poll, but I'm not sure how you're supposed to fill it out. Do you click on, what do you click
Yeah,
on?
you click on its questions.
Yeah, but some of them are optional. If you click on, you can't click on, it's both poor and excellent, It's got to be either poor or excellent. So how does that work?
No, you can select whatever you feel like. So you can
Yeah,
select
I'm
one option.
selecting, but nothing's happening.
Oh, really? Maybe
Where do you select it?
who has done it? Because
I,
as I am moderator, can you?
I had the same problem. Yes.
Mhm.
I click and nothing happens.
I saw a few polls already. So can somebody say who has done it? How did they do? Are you? Because I saw already 9 people completed.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Yeah.
Prabhu, like whenever we read a question, there are circles, right? Prabhu, we need to click on one of the circles to choose the option from it. That's it. Prabhu.
Exactly. Yeah.
Where are the circles?
Oh, for the they're all multiple choice questions, Maharaj. Like whenever you see, like for each option in the multiple choice questions, we have circles. You can
I
like,
don't see any circles.
okay, Prabhu, maybe it's like it's different for Maharaj. We'll see.
Yeah. Maybe something is missing, Maharaj, for you.
Hare
Yeah.
Krishna.
Yes,
Yeah.
I had the same problem. Maybe it's maybe we are presentators.
Oh,
Then
okay. Let me. I see.
Mhm.
Got it. Why you are not getting? I'll remove you, co-host.
Oh, okay. Now I see
Okay.
circles.
Now you see. Yeah. Okay. I got it because you are. Now you
And
should be able to.
presenters are disallowed by
Yeah,
penalty of
because you're
law from
presenting and
taking,
you're
you
voting.
can't
So.
answer polls.
And now so we have. Please take your time in 30 seconds. I will close the poll. 12 people, 13. Well, 72% has participated. The few people has resulted that they wanted to be Bhakti Shastri teacher. 3 people saying, I am very glad. This program is excellent. Many people have given. There's some long questions answered. Okay. So we are dot at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, probably 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. in CST. So we'd like to, from Ministry of Education, I would like to thank everyone for joining this Viplavah 2025. And also we'd like to thank our minister, his guest upon Mr. Prabhuji. He's a little bit sick last few days, so he was not able to join, but he has definitely has best wishes for all of us. So we'd like to also pray for him. And we'd like to thank you, all of you, for joining tonight and celebrating this educational ministries virtual association. And I'd like to thank again, if anything really in your mind, please do send me an email or via ISKCONeducation.org. You can also contact there, or you can write down an email for North American questions, balimardan@gmail.com. I'll be happy to assist you in promoting the educational initiatives in North America. Once again, thank you very much. Please, everyone, unmute and chant Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama,
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 Rama Rama,
Hare
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 Hare.
Hare. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Hare.
ISKCON Minister of Education ki
Jai.
jai.
Jai,
Viplavah 2025 ki jai.
jai.
Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Thank
Krishna.
you.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
Thank you, Pali Mardana, for
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
facilitating
Prabhupada.
meeting.
Thank you,
Hare
everyone.